Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 262, wild card round and firings. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison tonight. As always, how are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We're going to be talking about all of these wild card rounds. We're also live watching the Red Sox and Yankees, so we will be kind of back and forth here. We got two rookies that are absolutely dealing right now, so this could be one of those instant Red Sox Yankees classics. So we are buckled up for a pretty intense episode. So yeah, I guess I'm doing pretty good. A lot of
it's been a good couple days at least. Some good
yeah.
baseball to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, 3 out of the 4 went all 3 games, so pretty awesome. And best case scenario for MLB, really.
Yes,
So,
yeah, it's been a good wild card series for sure, or wild card week for sure.
yeah. All right, before we get going, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please do it through our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy. So if you go on there, we have tons of merchandise on there, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers. We have tons of gear, and you would look great in some Rounding Third merchandise. So just another great way to support the show. And also on Patreon, we are starting to build a small little community over there where we talk baseball. We do exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and watch parties. So check us out there. You can join for free. You can be a paid member. Just another great way to support us and to help support the podcast and to bring you only the finest content out there. So check us out on Patreon. All right, before we get into the wild card round here, which I mean everyone's going to be here to talk about, we're going to let some people show up, and we're going to talk about the firings first because Monday rolled around and it was like you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. So here we go. Bruce Bochy and the Rangers part ways. Bob Melvin gone from the Giants. Brian Snitker is done in Atlanta. Rocco Baldelli says he's fired from Minnesota, but let's be honest, that one was probably mutual. And we got Ron Washington and the interim both leaving Anaheim. So they will be seeking a new manager there. Initial thoughts on these 5. Are these 5 you expected? Anybody surprise you?
Um, I think we called Snitker stepping down. We called Baldelli moving on. I know we were thinking Ron Washington was probably done. I am a little surprised that Melvin and Bochy are out. Bob Melvin's had a rough run between San Diego and San Francisco. That team was all over the place this year, and I think they're looking at him for a lot of that because there's too much talent on that team to fall as far back as they did. But again, like I don't think most of us thought they would be that or nearly that competitive this year. So, I was a little surprised that Bob Melvin was gone so quick. And Bruce Bochy, I didn't expect him to leave Texas. I thought he would be there another year or two. If anything, I expected him to retire there. And it sounds like he's even now talking about he'd love to go back to San Francisco. So it sounds like he's not done like it originally seemed. So, yeah, I think that Washington, Baldelli, Snitker, no surprise there. Melvin, a little bit of a surprise, but I get it. And Bochy to me was a surprise.
Yeah, for me, it's how they announced the Baldelli dismissal. I think because they literally announced it as he was fired, and it's like, well, listen, like he was fired at the trade deadline when you sold everybody. I mean, you probably looked for trade deals for him. I mean, they were getting rid of everybody. So I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but I would have thought it would have been a mutual parting because I think Baldelli is the hot ticket of the offseason. There will be a team that will ask for his services. So, where would you think Baldelli ends up? Where do you think the best fit for him. I mean, we have these 5 openings. So you got to pick from these 5 because these are the only ones we know about at the moment. Where do you think the best fit for Baldelli is?
I mean, I think Rocco would be a great fit really with any of them. But I think if I had to pick best fit, I think the best fit for him would be Atlanta or Texas. Those are more veteran teams that need a steady hand. And I think a former player who understands, kind of how to get to these guys would be key. Snitker, tons of respect for that guy. He's going to go into the Braves Hall of Fame next year. Been with that organization a long time, a great baseball guy, clearly lost that clubhouse this year, was out of touch with what was going on. They need to bring somebody in like Baldelli who can get at the player's level, but also is not going to listen to the whining or the kind of innuendo. So I think Atlanta would be good. Texas, I think a steadying force there would be good. I don't see him wanting to go to Anaheim to be part of the rebuild. And I think the Giants are trying to go with somebody more experienced because I think they really want to find a kind of a more stable and experienced manager who can kind of be more of a disciplinarian, because it seems like that group just kind of did whatever the hell they wanted.
Yeah. So I have seen multiple reports here. So Chad says Pujols and the Angels. We know that he had an advisory role with the Angels for a while.
Yep.
And then Carter's hearing rumors of Pujols replacing Marmol in St. Louis. Both places would not be a shock for me. They really would.
Chaim Bloom came out yesterday and said Ollie's here next year. Marmol's not going to move on.
All right. So then
they're going to commit to Marmol for at least one more year.
Okay. And I mean, to be fair, I think he did get more out of the Cardinals this year than we were expecting. We were expecting them to be a basement dweller this year, and they hung around for a while. I mean, we did start talking to them about a playoff push there a little bit towards the end. I mean, they faded quick, but they were at least a lot better than we thought they were.
Yeah, and I think that Marmol, they only finished 5 games out of the wild card. 6 games under 500, a roster that had been gutted, and a GM in Mozeliak who was on the way out and was kind of transitioning. They did nothing at the deadline to improve. They dumped a couple of pieces. So, I mean, I don't think it's on Marmol. They're 5 games out of the wild card. I'm actually more impressed they were even that close. So although Marmol has his moments, intentionally walking Bush and other stupid stuff he does, but I think he's proven that he can manage. Yeah. I think Chaim Bloom needs a guy who's going to be patient to go through a rebuild, and Marmol's young, and the experience wouldn't be bad for him.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I think it's Baldelli to the Braves. I think it's the best fit as of right now. There will be other managers that get canned in the offseason, but I think he's the best fit there. Texas, for me, I guess, is the American League Braves with the injury status. Like, we just don't know if they can stay healthy for 162. Yep. So that's the only thing. But I think he would be great in Atlanta. So we will see. All right.
Yeah, totally agree. I think if I'm Rocco, I want to go somewhere that's committed to winning. I do not want to go through that again.
Yeah, agree. All right, let's jump into these wild card games. So
hang on. Question here. Who will be brave enough to step into managing the Twins? I mean, who out there is going to want that job?
A first-time manager will take that.
It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be a first-time manager who's willing to take some lumps and go through some pain.
Yeah. That's a first-time manager job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Huskies. We'll get to it, and I'll admit we were wrong. We were.
The Guardians
were able to pull it out.
The Guardians absolutely shot themselves in the foot time and time again in that series. We said the Guardians weren't going to just wake up and forget how to play baseball. They did in game 1.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with this one because we can kind of get this one out of the way because there really wasn't much to talk about other than the Dodgers bullpen, which we will get into. So the Dodgers sweep the Reds in pretty convincing fashion. However, Dave Roberts aged about 25 years in both of those games. I mean, he had a 10-2 lead, 10-3 lead. He had a 8-5 lead, 8-3 lead, whatever. He had a big lead. He brings in the bullpen and almost blew it both games. Like Reds had
Yep.
opportunities to come within one or tie it late in the game because of the bullpen not being able to throw strikes. Now, Dodgers got past them. You know, that's what good teams do. They overcome adversity and they still find a way to win. Do the Dodgers have bullpen issues going forward? And is this going to cause them to fall out of the playoffs?
I mean, I think the bullpen has been their Achilles heel all year. I mean, I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. The Dodgers fans have nicknamed the bullpen the blowpen because they're terrible. They can't hold any leads. And all that money they spent, all the arms they brought in, all the closers they have, they can't get outs. And the funny thing is last year that bullpen was so good for them. That was probably the strongest part of that team last year is the bullpen, and they improved it this year. And in terms of the people they brought in, and they're worse, like far worse. That bullpen is not good.
Yeah.
I would put that bullpen right there with like the Red Sox bullpen in terms of not able to hold leads and can't be trusted to hold leads.
Yeah. Now, I mean, in the playoffs, you do only need one or two arms in the bullpen to get hot and you can ride them. And
Yep.
one of them for the Dodgers is Alex Vesia. They are going to lean on him because he seems to be the only one that can get outs consistently in that bullpen right now. They've tried a couple other guys and they just can't, like you said, can't get people out. So that is a big worry going into Philly. However, for me, the Reds were like batting practice for that lineup. So Philly could be in for a rude awakening going in because the Dodgers have already got 2 games under their belt. They're only getting a day off and then they're right back at it. Phillies have been on the couch for 4 days. So Philly's got to be ready to go and they got to hit the ground running with Dodgers coming into town because that lineup is hitting right now. And Kike Hernandez, my God, man. Nowhere to be seen in the regular season, and he is just an absolute beast and MVP in the postseason. I don't get it.
If this guy hit all year like he hit in October, he would be an MVP. Something about the calendar rolls over to October and Kike just becomes unconscious.
It's crazy.
I don't get it. But year after year after year, that guy just rakes in the playoffs. He did it for the Red Sox. He's done it for the Dodgers. He just does it all the time.
That Red Sox run, I still talk about it all. I'm going to be telling my grandkids about that run in 21. I mean, he was like 8 for 10 at one point with 7 bombs. I mean, it was just, and everything he hit was 150 miles per hour plus, just crushed. And he's just continuing.
It was to the point where it's almost like, do you keep pitching to this guy? Like he's not the kind of guy you'd pitch around, but when he's like 9 for 7, because he's got so many hits and he's driving in all the runs. Like, what do you do?
It's insane. Uh-oh.
Yankees are on the board.
Yep. 1-0 Yankees. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. But Dodgers Phillies is going to be a great series. I'm ready for that. Reds, we did talk about them being a year too early. I mean, they did put up a little bit of a fight. Like they didn't just lay over and die. They still tried to scrape together some runs and put some runs on the board. Just they couldn't prevent anything from that Dodgers offense. So tough break for the Reds, but I mean, Francona got them there, like we said, probably a year early. And they got bounced, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the Mets would have had the same outcome against the Dodgers. I mean, those teams just did not have the pitching to go in and compete against LA. And, hats off to the Reds. It was a hell of a run to get there. They made it. But they did exactly what we thought they would do, which was just get overmatched. Yeah. But the Dodgers definitely have issues as they move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, they should just make one of the starters one of their bullpen pitchers like they did with Walker Buehler in Philly. Yeah, I mean, and that might be the move for them. Because I don't know what else you do. You can't keep rolling those bullpen arms out. And I think there's another run possibly.
No, just bases loaded.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's got to be a possibility for Roberts. And if not, he's thinking about it hard. But
yeah, if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm spending I spent today and I'm spending tomorrow really assessing the arms that I've got and trying to line up a rotation and a bullpen to make sure that I've got the right arms in the right places, because I would almost be willing to sacrifice, to Husky's point, a starter right now just to try to find some semblance of stability in that bullpen, because it's bad right now. You can't rely on anybody. And like John Carter said, sounds like the start of a bad joke. How many closers does it take to staff the Dodgers pen?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a team that had what, 4 closers going into the season?
Yeah.
And right now they've got none. Like, they've got nobody they can rely on to go get 3 big outs.
Yeah, Huskies. Ohtani was slated to pitch game 3 if needed.
Yep.
So he is good to pitch. He's been pitching for a while now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they announced earlier today he will start game 1 of the division series.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, he's the game 1 starter because it's his turn.
Now, does Roberts kind of go against the grain here and really start stretching his starters to go deeper into games because of his lack of bullpen? You know, we've seen it throughout playoffs in the past that, you know, we joked on Sunday, a batter fouls 2 off and they go to the bullpen. But he's going to have to manage differently if he doesn't have a bullpen to go to. So do we see him stretch out his starters more?
If I'm Dave Roberts, yes. And unless they get in trouble, I'm going to try to get every out of my starters that I can. The only one I might be cautious with is Ohtani, just knowing kind of where he's at in terms of only having thrown 50 innings since coming back from surgery. So I might temper the expectation with him. But Yamamoto, if you can go 9, you're going 9. Snell, if you can go 9, you're going 9. Like, I'm going to just leave you guys out there until you get in big trouble.
Now, would Glass now be a good candidate to put in the bullpen?
Maybe. The only reason I pause with Glass now is just the arm history. You know, getting up, getting loose quickly. I just don't think they want to do that with him, knowing how many freaking arm injuries that guy's had.
Yeah.
I don't know that you want to be running him up quickly, getting him hot quickly, sitting him back down potentially. I just don't think they want to do that to him.
Yeah, that's
fair. I thought putting Roki back there made a lot of sense. You know, young guy who can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where Roki's going to stay. And we probably just didn't see him because it wasn't really high leverage situations for the Dodgers. And I think Roberts was using this series to kind of assess what he has for bullpen in high leverage situations. So Suzuki's coming out of the bullpen for sure. There's no doubt. He might even be your closer. I mean, you have Trinan still, but that might be a matchup thing with Trinan and Suzuki, and maybe you see them flip-flop because it's going to be patchwork bullpen for the Dodgers, I think, going forward.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be, and I think you go with the hot hand. If Suzuki has a good outing, then he gets the ball again. If Trinan has a good outing, he gets the ball again. And you may just have to ask some of these guys to be prepared to get used a little more and avoid other arms. I mean, it's sad to think that a $12 billion payroll and you've got to like work around a bullpen with guys you don't want to use. But that's where the Dodgers are at. They just have guys they can't trust right now. And you can't take those chances right now.
No, I mean, and injuries do that to you. Yeah, Tanner Scott too, possibly. I mean, we didn't see him at all these 2 games, but so maybe you have Tanner Scott. He hasn't been the same guy that he was coming in either.
Well, and he even said he said in September that he's been awful. Like he called himself awful.
What did he say? Like, the baseball gods hate me right now.
Baseball gods hate me. I'm awful. Like, yikes, that's rough. But he's not wrong. Like he's been yet another guy who just can't get outs.
Yeah. But if there is any team in the MLB right now that can overcome bullpen adversity, it's this team that can put up 10 to 12 runs on you in a hurry, in a quick hurry, if there's such a thing. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez, again, kind of a down year for him, but playoffs roll over. He goes deep twice in game 1, then hits the ball over the ballpark game 2. So I mean, it's just, they have guys that step up in the big moment. It's crazy.
But I will say that when you go into Philly and face a lefty heavy rotation, that does neutralize some of what they do really well. So it'll be the Phillies matchup, I think, is the worst one for the Dodgers.
Agree. All right. Anything else on that series, Dodgers or Reds, before we move on to the next one?
No, I think just to kind of echo John's point, like it's too bad to see the Reds make it and fight that hard to get there to just get smoked. But again, like they're early, they're young, they'll be back. And this was, if nothing else, this was a learning experience for them to see what it's like to be, on the big stage against the big team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, catch an interference by Narvaez.
But it's under review. I don't know if it was ruled. They're looking at it right now. From the replay, it doesn't look like it hit his glove at all. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. Wheeler's out for the rest of the season. Huskies.
Yeah.
You won't see him in the playoffs.
No. I don't even know if we'll see him again. Period. I mean,
it's
serious.
There's a long off season for him to figure out what's next for him.
Yep. So.
And yes, we are watching the Red Sox Yankees. Disappointingly, Tommy. This game is getting away from them quick.
Yes, it is. All right. We'll switch over to the Padres at Cubs. Game 1 was Seiya Suzuki, pretty much. Game 2, Padres bullpen was lights out. And Game 3, PCA records 3 hits. Cubs win the series 2-1. So again, prediction was wrong here. For me, anyways. You picked the Cubs. I went with the Padres bullpen. Padres bullpen was only a factor in Game 2. What was your overall take from this series?
I mean, it played out exactly as I thought. Both times these teams played in the regular season, the home team won 2 out of 3. I didn't think the Padres bullpen would make that much of an impact because the Cubs would get to the starters. They did. The bullpen for the Padres was lights out in Game 2, and if they could have just gotten a lead in Game 1 or Game 3, then it would have been a different series. But it's exactly what I thought would happen, and I'm glad to see the Cubs move on. I'm happy to see PCA finally contribute because he was like 0 for 6 with 5 Ks to start the series. It was ugly. He had a good start. He needs to build momentum. They need him in a big way to move forward. And they're on to the Brewers, where I think that's going to be a really great series.
Yes. Interdivision series. Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, they overturned the catcher interference, and now there's a hit. Okay.
Yeah, it went off Lowe's glove and into right. 2 runs scored. It's 4-0.
Yeah, well, it might be time to change this one.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think the Cubs are going to be okay against the Brewers. Like I said, Brewers track record. I've been saying this for weeks. We've been saying it for years. The track record for the Brewers isn't great. And Cubs have 3 games under their belt, so they're going in with only a day off. They're on a roll. I think they'll be okay. Their bullpen looks good too. Their pitching looks great. So I think the Cubs could be a sleeper here, if you want to say that the Cubs are a sleeper.
I mean, they were my World Series pick to start the season. Back in the original prediction show, I thought they were a World Series contender. Then they kind of had a rough second half of the year. That's still a super good team. They just have to put it together. And they find that against the Padres, they played a good series. They've got to go and do that against the Brewers, who won't give them as much room. And I will say the Padres to me are still the biggest disappointment year after year. Like, that team is too talented. They've got too much to continually come up short. And these guys can't hit in the big moments. Tatis took an 0 for today with a bunch of Ks. Machado, I think, was it a home run today or yesterday?
Yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Yesterday. Yeah. So, I mean, Machado contributed something, but otherwise he was kind of a black hole. These big guys just don't get it done for them.
And it is interesting because, those guys do seem like they're built for that moment. Like, they love the spotlight.
Yep.
And they just fold when it comes to the postseason. Like, walk-off homers, yeah, we'll do that all year long. But,
right.
When it comes to the postseason, like, yeah, no thanks.
You want to walk off homer in August? I gotcha. But you want in October? Nah.
Yeah, no thanks. I do want to point out, I don't know if you saw Mason Miller's 104 on the absolute black outside lower corner. one of the dirtiest like no one in their prime is hitting. Barry Bonds in his prime isn't hitting that. No one's touching that pitch. 104 on the lower black corner. There's just no way.
Stupid.
It's crazy. But I do like the Cubs going forward here. And I think I am going to pick them over the Brewers. I just, like I said, I don't think the Brewers can get out of it a single playoff round. So
this is a great way to put it. They act like they're built for the moment, but when it comes, they tank. 100%.
Yep.
They will tell you how good they are, and then when it matters, they disappear.
So what are the go ahead.
This is a great point, Paul. The Padres bullpen is better than their starters, and we said that going into the series. Like, that bullpen is only a factor if the starters are good, and the starters were okay, but that's not good enough.
Yeah. So where do the Padres go from here? Do they tear it all down? Do they try to shop Manny Machado? Do they shop Tatis? Like, at what point does this organization start to strip everything down and start over? Because they're not getting anywhere with this one.
No, and you get so Cease is gone, and it sounds like there's really no interest in re-signing him. They don't want to pay him. So I think, Cease is already gone. You saw Arise today get thrown out on a ball that he lollygagged down to the first base line. He was clearly already checking out on him. I think the hard part is if AJ Preller has loaded this team with bad contracts, I don't think you can trade Tatis, Machado, or Bogarts. Those contracts are awful. Those are super long-term commitments to guys that I don't think people would want for that length of time. So I don't know if they've got a lot of moves here. I think they've got to keep working with what they have and find the right pieces to fill in. They finally built a bullpen, but didn't have the starters. And we said that going in, like, AJ Preller bet the future on this season. And this loss, I don't honestly, I would not be surprised if AJ Preller is on the way out. Because he gambled their future and they came up short.
Now, are they a couple starting pitchers away from maybe getting back into it and competing next year? You keep the core, like, do they have the payroll to go out and get a couple starters and hopefully fill that Dylan Cease hole?
I think they've got some money to go out and get pitching. I don't think they've got enough to go out and get like 2 top-end starters, but they could probably go get 1 and fill the Dylan Cease hole. Musgrove is back sometime next year, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so I think Musgrove comes back next year, which is helpful. Darvish is not getting any younger. I think that I don't think the Padres are 1 pitcher away. I think they're a couple, and all the guys they traded for, not all those guys are staying next year either. So I think there's a pretty good shakeup coming from that roster.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, they even had a closer injured who was awesome. Like, that's the reason for the Mason Miller acquisition. Yep. Yeah, Padres built the bullpen. Now they need to work on the rest of the team for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Yeah, start the dumpster fire GM and all. They're going to have to eat a bunch of cash and then trade some of the contracts. But I'm with you, Harrison. I don't know if those contracts are tradable. However, a lot could happen, right? We're thinking Bregman could possibly opt out. Tigers are still wanting a third baseman. Could they deal for Machado if they lose out on a Bregman again this offseason? Would they do that?
I mean, I think the Tigers are already going to lose out on Skubal because they can't pay him. I just don't know if they can commit $30 million a year for a decade to a guy. I feel like the Tigers are going to have a tough time signing that kind of contract. I think Bregman was different because they were only offering him a 5-year deal. Machado's still got 8 years left on the contract that he extended.
Skubal's not a free agent until 27.
That's right. It's arbitration.
Yeah, he's arbitration next year.
Next year.
Yeah. So, yeah,
they're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to pay that man in arbitration.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, Chad says they almost have to. They aren't paying all the contracts they need to. Machado will most likely want out, but it'll have to be a deal like the Sox got for Devers or San Diego. We'll have to take on some of the contract.
Yeah. I think if they want to just fire sale these guys, there might be an opportunity, but they even then, I mean, you're asking teams to make big commitments to guys that, I mean, a guy like Machado, do you want him in your clubhouse? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, do you want the circus that is Fernando Tatis Jr.? I don't know. I don't. So
Yeah.
I feel like San Diego has to take a long look in the mirror and decide, like, what are they willing to do? And realistically, can you win with that core? I think the answer is no, you can't. You've seen it year after year. So you got to get serious what your options are.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest, the NL West, minus the Rockies, is a tough division to play in for 162. I mean, you got
Yep.
the Dodgers, you got the Diamondbacks, you got the Giants. Those three teams in there, like those are tough games. But when it comes to October and you can't win, like that's an issue. It's a big issue. And if you have a core that can't lead, or you have a leader on the field, an on-field leader like Machado or Tatis that can't get these guys up to play, then I think it's time to tear it down and start over. But like you said, with limited payroll and not a lot of flexibility, how do you even do that?
Yeah, and that's where I think that AJ Preller he's traded away all the future prospects that they had, basically signed these big contracts. He's gone all in on this team. You can't backpedal now, because if you do, you're you don't recover. You know, you don't have the prospects, you don't have the core players anymore. You got nothing. You have to go into full tear it down rebuild mode, which I don't think they're willing to do. So I will be curious what this offseason looks like for the Padres. I think they have to get serious about making some big changes and finding those missing pieces, which to them is going to be primarily in your starting rotation, but also in your lineup. You've got a lineup that was wildly inconsistent that you need to find a way to stabilize.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's get over to the Tigers and Guardians. Harrison and I both had the Guardians here, and they made mistakes that Cleveland Guardians baseball don't make. They did not play Cleveland Guardians baseball at all this series. Now, Skubal went out and absolutely set the tone in game one by mowing down 14 guys. I mean, it wasn't even a contest. I think the Guardians would have had better chance if they just didn't show up at the ballpark and hope that he walked a few, because that dude was just blowing it by him like there was nobody there. Absolutely insane. And then the Guardians, trying to find some spark, Chase DeLauder makes his MLB debut in game 2 of the postseason. He's only the 6th player, I think, to ever do it in Major League history. So pretty cool there. But loses a ball, the first ball that ran out to him in center, loses it in the sun. So
Tough start
for him, but he got his first Major League hit today. And then a really good game today, game 3, 1-1 most of the way. And then our boy Dylan Dingler, one of the best names in MLB right now, breaks the tie. And then the Tigers just pretty much roll from there. And they win 2-1. So what was your main takeaway from this? Because me and you both had the Guardians winning because of just how they were playing down the stretch, how the Tigers were playing down the stretch. We thought that momentum would carry over, and it really didn't.
Yeah, well, and honestly, this should have been a 2-game series. The Guardians really should have won game 1. I mean, the runs the Tigers scored were unearned on bad errors, and they cost themselves a run at home plate when Jose Ramirez, for whatever reason, decided to stop and go. I don't know. He would have, if he had kept running, he was safe, but I don't know what he was doing. I mean, honestly, game 1 should have gone to the Guardians. Game 2 would have gone to the Guardians, and the series would have been over. Skubal was absolutely lights out. They needed him in the worst way. The Guardians, just sloppy baseball in game 1. You know, the drop in game 2, more base running mistakes today. Jose Ramirez again getting thrown out to kill a rally at second base on an error. I think it almost looked like they were pressing, like they were trying to do too much, and they weren't just playing baseball. And Stephen Vogt even said that at the podium after game 3, like, this one hurts. We expected more, but we didn't do the things we've done all year. Like, we just didn't play our style of baseball. and they didn't. They went outside of the normal for them, and they were trying to be too aggressive. They were trying to do too much when they didn't need to. They had that series and they just gave it away. Yeah, I'm with you, Cap, and I don't get what they were doing either.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a lot of pressing for sure. It felt like a game 3 tiebreaker series. Yeah. I mean, we say it all the time with postseason baseball. It's the team that makes the least amount of mistakes. And the Guardians had a lot of them. So
I'd bet on MLB to investigate the Guardians after this. Chad.
well, possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hats off to the Tigers. They move on. The Guardians just couldn't get it done, but I don't think either team stood a chance against the Mariners in the next round. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it was interesting because game 1 was great because even with Scooble's 14 Ks, Gavin Williams was just as effective. Yeah, he's a good pitcher. Guardians have something special in that kid. But I mean, the Tigers were the better team of the two this series. And it wasn't close, really, in my eyes.
Yeah, I think a 3-game series, the better team doesn't always win. A 5-game series, the better team usually wins. A 7-game series, the better team almost always wins. 3 games, a lot of things can happen. The Guardians blew game 1, and that cost them the series right out of the gate. Right out of the jump, they started off behind.
Yeah.
And that's where you end up. When you make 2 errors and a base running mistake and you cost yourself a net of 3 runs, yeah, it's hard to win. And that's what the Guardians don't do that they did to themselves in the series. And we said going into it, it's not like the Guardians are going to wake up and forget how to play baseball. They did.
Yeah. I mean, even today, game 3, Parker Meadows is giving himself up on a sacrifice bunt. And he pretty much bunts it back to the pitcher. The pitcher nonchalantly picks up the ball, throws it to first, and Meadows beats it out. There was just no urgency there.
No.
And then the whole inning unravels. So, yeah, good for the Tigers. They head to Seattle, and we will see how it goes from there. Husky is a Tigers fan. He thinks they'll beat Seattle.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be as good a series as you hope it will be.
I mean, Mariners pitching is legit. Yes, they have Scooble, but man, oh man, the Mariners got 3 aces ready to go. You could possibly even argue 4.
Yeah, that Tigers offense, except for game 3, didn't do a lot. So I don't have high hopes for them to go into Seattle and make a lot of noise.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, and let's get over to this painful one.
Yeah, that we're just watching fade away.
Yeah. So Garrett Crochet absolutely just mows down the Yankees in game 1.
Gross.
Now,
yeah, inning over.
Yeah.
The strikeouts are absurd right now.
Yeah. Garrett Crochet absolutely destroys the Yankees in game 1. Aaron Boone got a lot of heat after the game, so we'll talk about that a little bit. He had something like 84 home runs sitting on the bench because they were all lefties. Now, I get it. Garrett Crochet is one of the 2 best left-handed pitchers in the game. And Aaron Judge even said it after the game.
He was very complimentary.
He was he is the best pitcher in the game right now. So I kind of get where Aaron Boone's coming from, sitting his lefties, but that's a lot of home runs to be sitting on your bench in a park that is left-handed home run friendly. I don't care how nasty Garrett Crochet is. You got to play your best 9 players at any time. And he didn't in game 1. So if the Yankees don't end up winning this series, what is the status on Aaron Boone? Does game 1 and how he managed game 1 affect his status going forward?
Well, it's kind of funny because game 1, Aaron Boone did not manage well. Game 2, Cora did not manage well. I think Cora tried to outsmart the Yankees or something with what he did. And now it's set the Red Sox up for a really tough game 3, and we're seeing it down 4 in the 5th inning. I think that, at this point, I think Aaron Boone is safe. The Steinbrenner family loves him. He's going to have to do something really terrible, I think, to get, any sort of chance to be fired. I think Hal has proven he's going to be super patient with him and they like him. And all those things, um, I think he's safe. Did he screw up game one? Yes. But he also didn't try to do too much in game two, and they were able to do what they needed to do. The Yankees have not been great in this series. They've been good, but that might be enough to win. And in which case he's going to move on. And, this Yankees team's got its holes, but they are still dangerous. They just need to get hot, and they're trouble.
Yep.
And they've not been great in this series, but it'll come. Like, they'll warm back up, and then nobody's seeing the Yankees coming to town going, yeah, great, I can't wait to face the Yankees.
Right. Yeah, and I think the Yankees are the AL equivalent of the Dodgers. They have a lineup that can put a bunch of runs on you in a hurry, but their bullpen's an issue. You don't have Max Fried to go 8 innings every game for you. And honestly, he probably should have gone deeper in game one. I thought Boone went to the bullpen really early in game one, because Max Fried had the Red Sox in a rocking chair all night.
Well, it's funny because, like, the Red Sox had base runners all night too. I mean, he 3 walks, 5 or 6 hits, and they had base runners constantly, and he just kept working around it.
Yeah.
He was great, and he was at 102 pitches when he got pulled. His location was starting to fade on him a little bit. So I think that, given everything you saw, it seemed like pulling him was the right thing. But you look at that bullpen and you're like, well, geez, would I rather have Max Fried at 85% or any of those Yahoos at 100? I'd probably rather have Max Fried on fumes than bring in any of those Yahoos.
There's no probablys about it. I would have rode him until his arm fell off, pretty much.
I think you kind of have to.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's working out right now. So, I mean, who am I to say anything? But
well, and again, it's a 3-game series. You can't win the series in one game. So you have to play with that in mind. You can't win the series in one single game.
Yeah. So let's kind of switch over to our boys, the Red Sox here.
Yeah, and Mike was saying the same thing. Fried was done because he had lost control. The command was fading. He was tired, but he had worked out of a lot of jams all night.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Red Sox here. What have we seen from them that's good, bad, ugly? I mean, minus Crochet, there's really not a lot of great things to talk about.
I mean, there's not. Crochet was absolutely dominant. The Red Sox did just enough to win game one. Game two, it was Trevor Story versus the Yankees. Cora pulled Bayo super early, went to the bullpen, kind of burned the bullpen. I don't know what he was doing pulling Bayo that early. Not that Bayo was great, but Bayo was getting outs, minus the mistake he made to Ben Rice.
And he's owned the Yankees all year.
Yes. So I think that was an odd choice to pull Bayo after 28 pitches and go to the bullpen. It looked like it was working, but they could not get any sort of offense going. And then tonight, I mean, I was telling you before we went on, like, it's kind of sad that the baseball juggernaut that is the Boston Red Sox is rolling out a rookie in game 3 at Yankee Stadium. And nothing against Connolly Early. The kid is super talented. And in a year or two, he's going to be a guy that we're talking about. But this is not the scenario to run a rookie out. The kid, and then on top of it, you're making lineup changes because Romy can't hit. You're putting Lowe in at first base, who boots a ball. You can't turn a double play. They're continuing to do the same stuff, which is, play iffy defense. And this, as we said, like, the Red Sox didn't have depth. This was the issue all year. Like, you're in game 3 of the wild card, and you don't have a legitimate major league starter right now to make that start.
And this one hurts a lot. The Roman Anthony injury hurts, and the Lucas. So this is why, Leo, right? So they started Connolly early because of Lucas Giolito. The elbow injury to Giolito it forced the Red Sox hand to start Connolly early. It's either him or you're going to start the other rookie, Peyton Tolley.
Yep.
Those were your two choices. Who else are you going to start? Dick Fitz is on the IL. He's out.
Walker Buehler's gone.
Bueller's gone. Cutter Crawford hurt. So that's all they had. The Red Sox had 3 starting pitchers going into this series, and Early was one of them because of the Giolito injury. It's bad. You know what, Leo? Let them talk because they're going to get smoked by the Blue Jays next round. So I don't think the Yankees have what it takes to withstand this run.
No.
I mean, I could be wrong. The right people could get hot, but for me, this team doesn't look like the same team that they were last year. The bullpen is a glaring hole, and their starters are not going 7 or 8 innings every start. There's no way.
No.
And that Blue Jays offense will definitely make them pay. And this game's not over. I mean, it's still early. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah,
but
the Sox still have 12 outs. I mean, they can do something, but you can't go into the series with Jarren Duran hitting 100, with Cedar Rafael being 0 for the series, getting nothing out of your catchers. It's like this lineup. I mean, Trevor Story was the whole offense yesterday, all of it. Mm-hmm. This team has managed nothing offensively, and has backed that up with not much pitching and more shoddy defense.
Yeah.
There's Trevor Story again, another hit. Like, Trevor Story is the only guy in this damn lineup. He and Yoshida are the only guys that can hit.
Yoshida's on a bender right now. They can't. No one can get that guy out right now.
So you got Story on base, Bregman coming up, Yoshida behind him. Like, this is a window to actually do something.
Yep.
And this is the 3rd time through the order. Sorry, this is 4th time through the order. No, 3rd time. 3rd time through the order against this young kid. You've seen it. Now go hit it.
Yep. Yeah, and you need the guys that haven't been hitting to come up with a couple big hits to turn the lineup over. And that includes Jarren Duran and Alex Bregman.
Yeah, Duran's been a black hole. I mean, Bregman's had a couple of hits for them in game 1, but again, like, you need these guys to start clicking, and you just haven't gotten it.
Yep. So what do the Red Sox do going forward if they end up losing game 3 here? And there's a double play ball.
Yeah, and there you go. Thanks, Alex.
No, that's just force out at second.
Okay, well, at least it wasn't both. I mean, again, it goes back to this offseason, we're going to go with the same theme. Like, we need pitching. The Bueller deal didn't work out. The Giolito deal hasn't worked out. You've seen a great Giolito for what, 2 months? Mm-hmm. He's hurt again with an elbow. Who knows what that is? You've got some young guys coming. They're not ready, though. Connolly Early is not a major league pitcher yet. Peyton Toley's not a major league pitcher yet. These kids need a little more seasoning. But you need a number 2 behind Crochet. You haven't had a number 2. You haven't had a true number 2 here in years. Right. Bayo ain't it. I think Bayo's probably a 3 or 4 starter. So you need to go find, Robin to Crochet's Batman, because you don't have it. And this is the bullpen. You need to spend your whole offseason just bringing in arms, as many as you can find.
My whole thing about this entire season was, at the deadline, you knew the Red Sox had a very good chance to make the playoffs, and Craig Breslow did nothing to bring bullpen arms here. It was a glaring need. I mean, everybody in the baseball world could see the Red Sox needed bullpen arms, and they could not bring one in. They brought one. Sorry, Steven Matz. That's it.
What was Yoshida just swinging at?
I think there was a group of flies around his head.
That thing was like eye high.
That's crazy.
at 99. I mean, crazy. I don't even know what these guys are doing at the plate. It's embarrassing. I mean, hats off to this Cam Schlittler kid. He has just basically all night said, "Here it is, hit it," because you can't, and they haven't.
No, but yeah, I mean, deadline, they didn't get any bullpen help. To me, that's what absolutely kind of murdered this team coming down the stretch. We knew they were going to hit. I mean, it comes and goes. But that was the glaring hole, and they didn't do anything.
Well, and they didn't do anything. They didn't do enough this offseason to address it. They went out and got Walker Buehler and basically said, "Hey, look, we got a pitcher." Mm-hmm. Okay. But, like, you started the season with 4 starters. Like, you didn't even have a full rotation to start the year. And that's, I mean, and this is an interesting point, John. Kyle Harrison has looked good in his last couple of starts. Maybe he would have been a good choice here. I don't know. I'm so tired of the Alex Cora game. Game 2, when he's trying to I think he's trying to outsmart everybody with moves he made. And Nick and I are even passing messages is he trying to try to get Boone to make a move here? What is he doing? This makes no sense. And it didn't. And it, here we are in game 4 with a depleted bullpen and no starter.
Yeah. Chad says
John,
Reds.
Oh. What a half-hearted swing that was.
Oh yeah, for sure. Chad says Red Sox need a catcher and an innings eater in the rotation. Move one of the young guys to the pen. Now, so you're not high on Carlos Narvaez then? I mean, he's a rookie. Does he develop more? Does he get better at the plate? What are your feelings on Narvaez, Harrison?
I like Narvaez. I think Narvaez is potentially your catcher of the future. I think Connor Wong is, eventually gets worked out and somebody else kind of comes in behind him. But I do think that Narvaez is your catcher of at least the near future. Was Narvaez great this year? He was good. I think he proved that he is a major league catcher. I think he handles a pitching staff well. He and Brian Bayo do not work well together. Yeah, if they only had someone like Kyle Teal. Don't get me started, John. That one still stings, but
I mean, listen.
I know why they did it. I get it. But
yeah.
It hurt like hell to trade that kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Narvaez is your catcher for the near future. I agree. They need somebody. They need a number 2, and they need some guys that can eat innings. And I think if you're the Red Sox, you need to build yourself a 6 or 7 man starting rotation in spring training and let them work themselves out.
Well, it's funny you say that, because if Giolito comes back and Crawford comes back and Dick Fitz comes back, we're also forgetting about another arm, Patrick Sandoval. Now, they signed him like they did Giolito. Like, they know he's coming off Tommy John, and the same thing they did with Liam Hendricks. Now, first of all, can we stop doing that? And second of all, just go get a legitimate number 2, like you said. I am all for that. You got to get somebody to back up Crochet. It's brutal.
Yeah. So Giolito, there's a mutual option in his contract for next year, or he can become a free agent, because there's only a 2-year deal he signed, which was for 24 where he was hurt, and then 25. So you may see Giolito come back on that mutual option. I don't have any real hope for Sandoval.
I mean, his record's terrible. It's 14-55 or something extreme like that. It's really bad.
And he was supposed to come back this year, and then they shut him down. I don't know what his arm health really actually is. I mean, so I don't think Sandoval's an impact guy. You need to go find a number 2 that can sit behind Crochet and be that, exactly like I said, be Robin to Batman.
Yeah.
And then you need to find other guys that can just go out there and give you solid 6-7 inning starts. Just get guys that can go out there and pitch.
Yeah.
This bullpen cannot handle guys that go 5.
No. Sorry, Patrick Sandoval in his career is 19-45. So I shortchanged him a little bit. My bad. Sorry, Patrick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And is his contract with the Red Sox up? Wasn't he supposed to be, or was it a?
No, I think they signed him for 2 years, and then this one was the one that they weren't sure they were going to get the full season out of.
Okay.
At the end of next, I think.
Yeah, he signed for next year too. So yes, he is back next year. Who knows what you get out of him, if anything.
Good question.
Bregman could opt out.
Good question here, Mike Reed. Do you revisit Joe Ryan?
I think you have to, if you're Craig Breslow, I think next year you are performing for your job, and you're going to have to go turn over every stone there is. You so far have done very little to improve this team. Most of the guys in your lineup are guys that were left to you by Chaim Bloom, and you're still riding Chaim's coattails. You need to go and make your stand and prove that you know what you're doing, because you haven't yet.
Yep. So I think I think for you stop that, John Carter says. So for
I mean,
me,
John, why not? Like, would get some more prospects.
yeah. So for me, Red Sox glaring holes next year is the right side of the infield. They need a first baseman
Yeah.
and they need a second baseman. If Romy Gonzalez is going to be your second baseman, then he needs to stay there, right? Romy Gonzalez needs to stay at second base if he's going to be in that lineup full time. Like enough with that revolving door there and the revolving door at first base. You need to find two guys that can be cemented into those positions. Cassis isn't coming back anytime soon after that ruptured patella tendon, and he is not going to be the same. I'm sorry, he's not going to be the same player. And to me, he's Bobby Dahlback 2.0 from the left side. He is scorching hot for 2 weeks, and then you can't find him for 2 months. And
Yeah,
coming off a
I mean,
major knee
wrong.
injury like that, I think it's time to find somebody else for that spot. And then who knows with Bregman? A lot's up in the air there, but I digress. Something we can talk about more in the offseason.
Yeah, and I think we'll spend a lot of time picking this apart. 'Cause there's going to be a whole wave of opt-outs that completely change the free agent landscape. I mean, I think you got more out of Romy Gonzalez this year than you ever thought you'd get out of him.
Yes, absolutely.
He played 96 games for you. I don't think you ever saw him playing that much. He hit 305 for you. He's a career 269 hitter. I mean, he was a career 250 hitter coming in. I don't think you expected to get that out of him. So I think you found something in him that you didn't expect to find. And I think he goes into spring training as a strong candidate to be your everyday second baseman. But you also have to figure out, where does that leave Marcelo Meyer? How does he fit in? What do you do at first base? What do you do in the outfield? Like who is the outfielder group you roll with? Because now you've got Abreu, you've got Anthony, you've got Rafaela, you got Duran. Like, how do you set that up? What becomes of Yoshida if the DH role is going to be filled by one of those guys? You got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know which way they're going to go, but yeah, we kind of threw this around on Sunday with Pete Alonso opting out with 2 outs in the 9th inning of game 162.
Yep.
I
think he like scheduled that post to go out or something. He was all ready.
Yeah, I mean, he would be an absolute beast at Fenway Park. I agree. However, there's a lot of other teams that are going to be in that market. I think we said a couple on Sunday. We said Diamondbacks. We said Yankees, possibly, depending on how they're feeling about Ben Rice, and the status on Giancarlo Stanton. Do they move on from him and put just Pete in the DH role? I mean, there's a lot, like Harrison said earlier, a lot of opt-outs could change a lot of landscape here. Like, I don't even know if we can do a free agent prediction show this year because there's so many opt-outs that we just don't know who's going to actually declare for free agency or not. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Boston, but will Boston pay? I don't know.
Well, yeah, are you going to pay $30+ million for a guy who, plays an okay first base and hits 35 home runs? I mean,
I would.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. I would.
I mean, he's the right-handed power bat you've felt like you've been missing.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Red Sox are so left-handed heavy that they do need a right-handed thumper. That's what Fenway Park is built for. Why do you think the Yankees are so left-handed heavy other than Judge? Yep. Because they have that short porch. They are building their team to fit their stadium. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, that's what I don't understand with the Red Sox. Like, why aren't you going after these right-handed power bats or guys that are just going to pepper the monster? That's why I thought Bregman was a great signing, because I was like, listen, in his career, he has raked at Fenway and he's going to pepper the monster, but he couldn't stay on the field this year. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, and how much money are we guessing Pete gets? From what I've seen, people have thrown around 5 years, 150, 6 years, 175. I don't think most teams want to go more than 4 or 5 years with Pete. Maybe it's a 4-year deal with a couple of options, or But yeah, Mike Reed, I'd only give Pete 3 years, maybe 4. I think everybody would like to keep Pete at like 4 years.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people saying, 5 years, 150, 6 years, 175, is what the total value might be. And Chad, at Fenway, Pete would hit so many.
Yeah.
Because he could just launch balls.
Yeah. Yeah, Ted, this is pretty respectful. So thank you for that comment. But yeah, the Sox are getting beat. That's what it is, right? Yankees are a better team right now. It is what it is. I can respectfully accept defeat, and I'm not going to throw it in your face if it was the other way around. So really,
the Yankees are the better team all year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really no surprise. I actually picked the Yankees over my Red Sox, but that's the difference between our fan bases right there is that comment. So thanks for proving our point.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean,
I do to come back to the Sox real quick though. I do think, given how Cora has managed this series, I do think they need to sit down and really think about, is this guy really who you want in the dugout?
I agree.
You won game 1. You probably should have won game 2 if you had managed that game better. You had nothing to give him today, and that's not Cora's fault. That's Breslow's fault for not even being able to produce a third starter in the playoffs. But I do think, game 2 is almost 100% on Cora.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we haven't been high on Cora for the last few years. And
yes, since 2018.
This is just fully proving our point. So we will see if they go in a different direction.
I mean, and let's look at this lineup real quick. Going into tonight, you've got Duran, Story, Bregman, Yoshida, Rafaela, Lowe, Narvaez, Abreu, Romy Gonzalez. Not exactly a murderer's row. Now, this lineup has worked for you for most of the season, but this is yet another variation of lineup in this series. You haven't repeated anything. Cora has basically started from scratch every single game.
Which is absolutely insane because that's what we've been asking him to do all year when it didn't work. And he just kept rolling the same guys out there over and over and over and over again. And then now he comes to the playoffs and just switches it all up. Like he didn't do it once in the regular season. And then all of a sudden we're just switching everything around. Like I don't think I can wrap my mind around how much analytics are killing this game in the playoffs because they're just overthinking everything. Just go out and play the game and play it by feel. I don't understand.
Yeah, and Mike, you're not wrong. Duran catches that ball yesterday. If they send Eaton, there's 2. That's a difference of 2 runs. You're 100% right. It's a different outcome. What I will say though is that offense has failed to click because they just continue to roll out different lineups. They have not used. They're not repeating anything. And you sat Yoshida when he's the only guy that's hitting. I scratch my head at some of the decisions, and I'm not. It's not all. This whole series is not on Cora. There's definitely big pieces of it that are on Cora. There's also big pieces that are on Breslow. If you don't, I mean, let's be serious. This is the Red Sox team that, like, making the playoffs seemed questionable for a big part of the season. So this is another team that kind of, we got here, but it wasn't necessarily pretty.
Right.
The Yankees were the better team all year. The Red Sox owned them head to head all year. They didn't win this 3-game series. I mean, it's a 3-game series. Like we said, anything can happen. Yep. And it literally comes down to sometimes it's one bad break and Duran not catching that ball. Yeah, that catch right there might be the series. They may not even be playing tonight if Duran catches that ball. Like there's so many things that could have happened.
Yeah, woulda, shoulda, coulda. And Terry, for me, I don't think the Yankees as a whole are looking good. The Red Sox are making them look good. Except for Schlittler tonight, he's absolutely dealing.
He's nasty.
He's lights out. I think the Yankees still have holes, but they are such a well-oiled organization that it wouldn't surprise me if they iron them out in the next series. Like, I think I'm still going to take the Blue Jays because of the bullpen woes for the Yankees, but Red Sox kind of beat themselves this series. I'm with you. Game 2 with Cora, the missed catch with Duran. And I mean, these 4 runs for the Yankees were on defensive miscues and absolute bleeders. So, I mean, the Yankees are good. But yeah,
I,
I don't.
they won 94 games. They were
Yeah.
they were the better team all year.
What's the difference between the two fan bases, in your opinion?
Both fan bases are obnoxious in their own right, but
We can be. You're right.
I was in there's a baseball community on Facebook that I was in, and people were railing all about, like, don't the Yankees win? We don't want to listen to them talk. We already heard that comment in chat tonight. And there was one guy saying, Yankees are the best team ever, blah blah blah, and people were all over this guy because yes, the Yankees have 27 rings. 19 of those were won before 1960, before you had integration of free agency. They've won 5 in the last 45 years. Like, yeah, they're in the first half of baseball's history, they were by far the most dominant franchise. In the second half, they've been good. But like, let's not pretend like they are the juggernaut anymore. Like they're yet another team competing for the playoffs. And you can take your 27 rings and cram them, because 19 of them honestly were happened so far before I was born, and so far before baseball was like a close to even playing field. And they won, like, what was it, 8 in like 10 years with the same group of guys, because there was no free agency. Like, let's not pretend like in the last 30 or 40 years this has been like a juggernaut. They've been good. That's it. But they talk like they're the only team in baseball, and they haven't won in 16 years, and they've won once in 25. Like this, there are Yankees fans. Some of your average Yankee fan now does not remember the team from the 90s, and they could care less about all the World Series wins in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
The average Yankees fan has seen the Yankees win once and the Red Sox win 4 times.
See, I think my biggest thing for me is if the Red Sox come back and win this game, like, we don't rub it in Yankees fans' faces. Like, yes, we cheer for our team. We cheer that we won. But I don't see a ton of Red Sox fans necessarily like rubbing it in Yankees fans' faces like it is the other way around. That's how I feel. But I mean, I could be wrong. And there are obviously some people in our fan base that do that. But I'm just saying, like, as a whole, I always see Yankees fans kind of throwing it in our faces, then vice versa. And honestly, that could be just straight bias. I don't know. I'm not on the other end, but
I mean, let's be honest. Our early fandom of the Red Sox was constantly being the Yankees' little brother.
Facts.
Like, what was it? 2000 and so 2004. I mean, I was 20. I spent the first 20 years of my baseball life watching the Red Sox just get beaten by the Yankees over and over and over again.
Scores 4-0, buddy. So
4-0 Yankees, bottom 7.
Yep.
Red Sox are making a pitching change. Weisert's coming in.
But yeah. All right. Anything else on the wild card from this past week that you want to bring up before we kind of talk about future matchups here?
If I am Major League Baseball, I am really pumped about the wild card. You had 3 series go 3 games. You've had really competitive games. You've had some crazy finishes. Like, you've had a little bit of everything. This has been awesome for baseball. And again, as a Red Sox fan, we're going to get bumped out of the playoffs most likely. And I'm still happy as hell because the playoffs have been awesome. So, and Yade and Hank, Red Sox fans can absolutely be obnoxious. I don't think they're as obnoxious, but we're definitely obnoxious.
Yeah, agree. And we're the exception. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
I mean, honestly, I think it's because, like, I am a Red Sox fan, born and raised, but I'm a baseball fan more than anything. And I can appreciate the better team winning. And I will continue to watch these playoffs just as closely if the Red Sox were in it versus out of it, because I just love the game. And Kyle, honestly, this is a team I had high hopes for, and then they kind of fell apart. And I didn't expect much after about May. I didn't think this team had a pulse. So the fact that they're here is kind of like a bonus because they didn't look like they were going to be here after the first couple months of the season.
Yeah. And Chad backs that up. You guys might be polite on this show, but as a Sox fan, we're just as obnoxious. At least we have modern day success we can use as ammunition. And that's fair. That's fair. Yep. Harrison and I try to be as non-biased as possible here since we do cover all 30 MLB teams. It does come out that we are biased sometimes, but well, and that's also fair, Brandon. That's also fair.
Yeah. And Smooth Will, we were just so damn excited in 2004 to finally overcome. Yeah, we were total complete jerks because for at least the last 20 years, all of us had experienced just getting our head shoved in the dirt by the Yankees. So yeah, in 2004, and we don't let Yankees fans forget about 04. That is like our calling card.
Yep. Yeah.
That's all we got.
That is
that's all we had for 86 years.
Yeah, that's our 27 rings. You're the only team to lose a 3-0 lead.
Right. That was an epic collapse.
Yeah, Tim, they are for sure going to 16-team playoff when those two expansion teams come in. There no ifs, ands, or buts. They are going to do it exactly like the NHL playoffs. That's how I see that playing out because they're going to have 4 divisions in each league, 4 teams in each division. It's going to be 16 teams for sure. I'm with you there. But yeah, bandwagon Jays fan here is Canadian. You root for the nation's team. Yeah.
Have to. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Blue Jays in the playoffs. I like seeing the Blue Jays in the playoffs because it brings the Canadian fan and keeps them around a little bit longer. Now I get it that I get hockey starting up and you're going to be competing against that, but I still think it's good to have Toronto in it.
Yeah, and listen, I finally get to be in on them, right? I said on Sunday on our prediction show, I have picked your Jays for the last 4 years to at least make the playoffs, and I get burnt every year. This year, I left them off my preseason playoff picks because I'm like, I just can't pick them anymore. They keep burning me. They finally make the playoffs. Now I get to cheer for them. I'm excited to see what they bring, and I hope Bo Bichette is back and he is ready to go. And I hope Guerrero shows up in a big way. I know George Springer will. He's been there. He's done that. He knows what it's about. I think this Blue Jays team could be very exciting to watch for sure. But yeah.
I think that's going to be a good series.
Yeah. All right. So before we move on to some postseason trivia, Harrison, let's run through the matchups real quick. Bellinger just pulled up here. He pulled up lame going up the first baseline.
That's not good.
So let's, assuming the Yankees go on and win this, let's run down the DS series real quick. Does it change your predictions at all? Because, you had the Red Sox here, so you have to change it a little bit. So we got Blue Jays, Yanks. Who are you taking?
I'm going to stick with the Blue Jays. I think you go to 5 games. I think it's a different story. 3 games is still, there's a lot of kind of crapshoot to that. This Yankees team could absolutely, before the Garrett Cole injury, this was by far the best team in the AL.
Yep.
It's not like this team has like suddenly become that much worse. They don't have the pitching they had before. They still have pitching. So I think that's going to be a great series. I'm going to stick with my pick of the Blue Jays. In a 5-game series, I feel like the Blue Jays have the pieces, the bullpen especially, that the Yankees don't have. But we'll see. That one's going to be tight. Very tight.
I'm with you because I think the Yankees, they have, as we saw Schlittler step up tonight. You have Rodon, you have Max Fried, right? But if one of those guys gets touched up, the Yankees have no one to go to. Like, can you rely on Devin Williams? Can you rely on Luke Weaver? Can you rely on David Bednar? I don't know if you can. So that's where I'm kind of leaning towards the Jays, but it wouldn't shock me if that goes 5.
I expect that one to go the distance. I expect that one to be a back and forth slugfest. But I'm going to stick with my pick of the Jays.
Okay. Now let's slide up. We both picked the Guardians and lost that one. So we got Tigers and Mariners up there. How are we doing in that 5-game series up there?
I think the Mariners were going to take down either one of those teams. The Mariners have 3 aces and an offense that can get things done. The Tigers have, 1 ace and an offense that is really inconsistent. I will take the Mariners based solely on the pitching.
Yep, I'm with you. And a bullpen that's also lights out and deep. So I'm with you. I'm going to take
Yeah.
pitching over that in the playoffs any day. So
And great point by John. The Mariners have owned Skubal this year. Like they've been really good against him.
yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't know. After watching him game 1, dude, I'm not betting against Tyler Skubal. I'm sorry. I love the Mariners. I've been watching them all year, but after watching him shove for 7 innings game 1, I was like, this dude's on another planet right now.
But in fairness, that Guardians lineup is not the Mariners lineup.
I get it.
But I agree. Skubal has the ability to shut out anybody on any night.
There's a lot of swing and miss in that Mariners lineup too, though, Harrison.
Yes.
There's
also a lot of
pop.
Oops, I caught that one and it went 450.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. But all right, let's do Cubs Brewers first, because I think that last matchup, me and you can go back and forth quite a while on. So let's go Cubs Brewers. How are we thinking that one pans out?
I mean, I picked the Cubs to advance. I'm sticking with my pick. I think the Cubs over the Brewers. The season series, the Cubs won 7-6. It was super close. The Cubs, I think, have a more experienced team. The Brewers don't. The Brewers' track record in the playoffs is terrible. I so badly want to pick the Brewers. I love what that team does. I just don't trust them in the playoffs because they just can't ever seem to get it done.
Yeah, I had the Padres beating the Brewers, so I already lost my first round matchup. So for the heck of it, I'm going to take the Brewers. They've been playing great baseball all year. They put constant pressure on teams. And this in the playoffs, when you're making teams field the ball to feel the constant pressure, I think can get to the Chicago Cubs. And the Brewers are relentless with that. They're always looking to take the extra 90 bases. They'll bunt. They'll make you field. They'll make you throw. They have tons of speed. They have the pitching. I'm going to take the Brewers here, but I think this is another one that goes 5. I could see this going back and forth.
Yeah. I love this point by Willie that the Brewers have that euchre magic. Yeah. I love the euchre connection. I love the fact that they had, was it a letter that they read?
Yeah, that he wrote
before the season or whatever. Like,
yeah,
just crazy. And John, my wish in all this is a Brewers Mariners World Series. That's all I want. I would love nothing more than a Brewers Mariners World Series or Red Sox Cubs, but I think that one's out. But Brewers Mariners would be the dream. MLB would hate every second of that because it would crush the ratings. But like I feel like the fans deserve to see two teams go at it for their first ring. I would friggin' love to see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the Mariners have the juice to get there. I just don't trust the Brewers to get it done. Yeah. But I so badly want them to.
Yeah.
Again, like these picks are based on what I think will happen, not what I want to have happen, because I so badly want the Brewers in the World Series.
And that's so what I think will happen and what I want to happen. I mean, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight because my team's already eliminated. I picked the Padres in that bracket. So just to be different from you, I'll take the Brewers. But I think it could go either way.
Okay, Willie's saying he didn't actually write that. It was written as though he did. God, I thought it was actually a letter from him.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah, the way they explained it in the articles is like, oh, that's really cool that he actually wrote an article. He wrote a letter, but
yeah.
Either way, I think the impact of euchre on that organization is such a big impact. Who just hit 105?
Schlittler. He's still pitching. Oh, what a play by McMahon. Holy crap.
Yeah, McMahon's glove is nasty.
He just went up over the railing and into the Red Sox dugout for an out.
Sweet.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you in February, Boston.
Real baseball fans want a Brewers Mariners World Series.
1,000%.
I am here for it. I hope that all my bracket picks are wrong and we get that.
Yep.
I really do. Although I think I have Mariners Phillies in the World Series. I would love to see Mariners Brewers. Give me that.
All right. So last prediction before we move on, Harrison. Phillies, Dodgers. Which way you going?
I'm still taking the Phillies. I think the starting pitching is a push, maybe advantage Phillies. Bullpen is a huge advantage Phillies. Lineup is a push. And I think because of that, to me, it's the Phillies.
Okay. I hate that I keep giving you the first chance at a choice, but I think the Dodgers could possibly steal these first two games. I think they could go into Philly. Philly's playoff track record isn't great either, remember. So I think they have a lot of pressure with the Dodgers coming into town with two let's call them scrimmages, because that's literally what they were for the Dodgers. They were two scrimmages.
Warm-ups.
Going into Philly. You got Yamamoto, who's dealing. You're starting with Shohei Ohtani, who's absolutely nasty. I might take the Dodgers here. I hate that I'm picking that, but again, it's another team that I don't really trust their playoff track record. I think the Phillies could do it. I said it on Sunday. This is the year they have to do it because of all their contract situations and health of starting pitching. For me, I think the Dodgers are going to be too much for them with the warm-up games going in and the Phillies getting off the couch and trying to play. So I'll go that way with it. I mean, tell Sean he did need to dive into the stands for that one, boys.
We're not even going to get into the Jeter debate. Not tonight.
McMahon caught that in fair territory and took 10 steps and dove in the dugout. Stop it. I saw that.
And honestly, like me picking the Phillies makes you want to throw up in my mouth, because there's the two teams on the NL side I want to see eliminated the most are the Dodgers and Phillies. I can't stand either one of those teams and their fan bases. I just can't. No offense to Tommy in chat, because we love you, Tommy, but I can't stand the Phillies. And I loved last year when they blew up early. So I do not want to see the Phillies win, but
I don't want to see the Dodgers
I don't want to see the Dodgers win either. Was it Michael that wanted the Meteor last year for the World Series? Like, I'm in that boat.
Yeah.
But got to take somebody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And John, right. I think these two teams can hit.
They can,
and they both have excellent starting pitching. I think the issue is going to be there's going to be a lot of scoring late because the Dodgers bullpen is trash. The Phillies bullpen is not trash. Right. The Dodgers bullpen is trash.
Yep, agree.
Yeah, anybody against the Yankees, America would love. Everybody loves. If you're not a Yankees fan, everybody loves to see them lose. Like there's most teams, most people are just indifferent to, but the Yankees are like the Dallas Cowboys. Like they're the team you just want to see blow up.
Yep. I agree. All right, let's move on to some MLB trivia. This is postseason trivia, everyone. So here we go. Here's the first one, Harrison. You ready?
Let's do it. Help me out, chat.
Who was missing from the top 4 list of longest postseason hitting streaks in MLB history? This guy, 20 games. Manny Ramirez at 17. Derek Jeter at 17. And Hank Bauer at 17.
That a boy, John. We've already got Jamie Moyer.
It is actually Jamie Moyer. That is correct.
Yeah, we're off to a strong start. Oh God. I mean, my initial thought was Jose Altuve, but that is not a Astros color. That is a Diamondbacks color. So, I'm going to go with a Luis Gonzalez.
It is not Luis Gonzalez. It is not Nomar.
Is this current player?
Yes, it is. He said it last year.
Oh, is this Ketel?
It is my boy, Ketel Marte. Yeah, he set the postseason hitting streak record last year.
I forgot about that.
Or in 23, because they didn't make the postseason last year.
Yeah, last playoff appearance.
Yep. It is Kettle Marty, for sure, as we like to call him.
I love my boy, Kettle Marty.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
John.
Yeah,
John got it. Yeah, Mike Reed, Kike. It could be Kike.
That dude's ridiculous. But yeah, it is indeed Kettle Marty. All right. Colors, boys. Colors. Yeah.
John's caught on.
Yeah. Yep. You say this every time I bring him up, John, and you're not wrong. Worst trade ever for the Mariners. All right. Here is the next one. Daniel Murphy holds the postseason record of hitting at least one home run in 6 consecutive games. Who is left off the list of players who had at least one in 5 consecutive games? We have Adolis Garcia, Giancarlo Stanton, this guy, and Carlos Beltran.
I thought it was Freddie, but that's not a lefty.
When this guy did it, he would have different background colors.
Oh, okay. The leg kick. I remember these other guys doing it. I'm trying to think who else there was.
Not Pedroia. I think that's who you're going for. Not Evan Longoria. That's a good guess.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, not Alex Rodriguez.
It's not Bregman, is it?
Not Bregman, but you're on the right former team. It's not Nomar. It's not Manny.
Oh,
this guy got real hot.
Yep. It's Springer. I remember this run.
It is George Springer for sure. This guy got real hot for the Astros.
He sure did.
So we are looking for another hot one out of him for sure.
And I remember that Daniel Murphy stretch. That dude was unconscious.
That Daniel Murphy one was wild. That was crazy. Listen, utility. Longoria has the worst home run in Red Sox history. That was the dagger. That one hurt almost more than Aaron Boone's homer did. Because like the Red Sox lost, and not even 5 seconds later, Longoria wraps that around the pole, sending us home for the year. Not even instant the playoffs. That
friggin' instant.
Oh my! We literally just all like switched over, and it was like crack, game over, and we're just like, oh my god, that one hurt.
Yeah. At least he didn't drag it out.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, yep. George Springer, nice job. Yadid Hankey and Chad Edwards, nice job. All right, next one. Who is missing from the top 4 list for most career postseason runs scored? Derek Jeter with 111, Jose Altuve with 89, this guy at 83, Manny Ramirez 67.
It's got to be a Yankee.
Well, duh, because they're there every year.
Yeah, and this is all postseason, so got to be a Yankee.
It's not Cano. It's a good guess.
Oh yeah, this looks like a right-handed hitter.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. I know who this is.
Yeah, that was a pretty big hint.
Yep. Well, I'm looking at it going, that stance looks really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. I'll answer in a private chat because I'll give Chad a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure. I knew you got. I saw the light bulb.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
This dude played a lot of playoff games.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Anyone in the chat got it?
There it is.
Bernie Williams is absolutely correct. Smooth Will, nice job. And Mike Reed, nice work. It is Bernie from the right side. I was trying to throw you a little curveball there, but I kind of gave away the hint. So, oh well. All right.
For sure, he's a name that we were all probably going to guess at some point because he's played in a bazillion playoff games.
Yeah. All right. Who is missing from the top 4 list for most career postseason stolen bases? Kenny Lofton, 34. Ricky Henderson, 33. All probably in one postseason. Omar Vizquel, 23. And this guy at 20.
Rajay Davis, all in the same postseason.
Nope.
Top 4 list. Okay. Colors throw me. I would have guessed it was going to be one of those Astros because that team used to run a decent amount.
Not Coleman. Coleman's a good guess. Not him.
Is this an Indians color or a Braves color?
It is an Indians color. Braves, I usually go a lighter red. It's not Big Dumper. Not yet. He's got 20 coming up in this next 5-game series. Yet not Vince Coleman.
Baerga?
Nope. You're really warm, but it's not Baerga.
Because you got Lofton on the list already. He stole a bunch for the Indians. Omar stole a bunch.
He's standing right next to his mate.
Oh, is this so if not Baerga, is it Robbie Alomar?
It is Roberto Alomar. Yes. Yep, Roberto Alomar. So with the Indians and the Blue Jays for sure. Nope, not active.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I forget about the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays steals too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And he probably ran more with the Blue Jays.
Yep. All right. Who is missing from the top 4 list for most career postseason games played? Derek Jeter, almost a full season at 158. Jorge Posada, 125. Bernie Williams, 121. And this guy at 112. Yes, John. Good. John, Mike Reed, Chad all got it. Yeah.
Good.
And John Temple got it. Nice. Yeah. And John Carter.
Nice. Say Paul O'Neill doesn't fit the number of boxes.
This one was a little bit of a shock to me, to be honest.
A lot of the names I'm thinking of that I remember appearing a lot are not going to fit there.
This guy played for 4 teams that made the play. Wow, nailed it, Yadid Hankey.
Oh,
it is indeed David Justice. So his time with the
Braves. I mean, he was with everybody: Braves, Indians,
A's, and the Yankees. So yes, it is indeed David Justice.
That's right. I always forget David Justice was in the playoffs so much.
And John Temple got it too. Jason Giambi's got to be up there. He's probably got quite a few.
Far off.
No.
Yeah, he can't be far off.
Reggie Jackson's a solid guess too. But yeah.
Yeah, Reggie was one of the other guys I thought of, but
you got to think about like kind of later on playoffs. Like there's more and more games in the playoffs, so the earlier you get. But yeah, nice job with that. All right. Wow. I think this one's kind of a layup, but we'll see. Who is missing from the top 4 list for most career postseason pitching wins? Andy Pettitte, 19. This guy with 17. John Smoltz with 15. Tom Glavine with 14.
Man, my initial thought would be Clemens because he pitched in so many games, but that is not Clemens.
It's not Clemens.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking at the delivery going, oh, I know exactly who that is.
Yep. Yes, indeedy. Not Musina. That's a good guess.
That's a good guess, yeah.
It is. It's not Maddox. Good guess. It is Justin Verlander. Nice job, Chad, and nice job, John Carter. Yes, Justin Verlander was 17. So that's that one. All right, I got 2 more for you here. Who is missing from the top 4 list for lowest career postseason ERA? The qualifier is at least 1 innings pitched per team game played. We have Mariano Rivera at 0.7. We have this guy, 0.93. We have Sandy Koufax, 0.95. And we have Christy Mathewson, 0.97. And to answer your question, Smooth Will, no, especially not in the playoffs.
I so badly want to see this kid finish what he started. Like, why would you not let him try? He's been your best pitcher in this whole series. Like, why is he not finishing this game?
Dude, no walks, 12 plus Ks, 8 plus scoreless. disgusting for a postseason debut.
Oh, and he's a
That
rookie
is-
too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Carl Ravitch didn't mention that once.
Carl Ravitch is the biggest Yankees ball washer on the planet.
Holy smokes, that was I'm glad we started the show because I had to turn that down. It was pretty bad. John Temple. It is indeed Andrew Miller. Nice job, Andrew Miller. I mean, those are some ridiculous ERAs. I mean, look at those. I mean, yes, two of them are relievers, so say what you want, but like Sandy Koufax and Christy Mathewson, a below 1 in the postseason is gross.
It's stupid.
Yeah, but
the only runs Rivera gave up were against the Red Sox.
Yep, you're not wrong.
Basically. But as soon as that picture came up, I'm like, yeah, I know who that. Just the delivery. It's like I remember exactly who that is.
This is another dude that must have felt like he was right on top of you as soon as you released it. As soon as he released it.
Look at that stride. I mean, my goodness.
He's out of the circle pretty much. I mean, he is completely off the mound almost. It's crazy.
Then he had that massive arm swoop and just like he looked like a friggin' pterodactyl.
Yeah, he was like 3/4 too, right? 3/4 arm slot, pretty much.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, he and Chris Sale look very similar.
Those are Eric Gagne numbers, baby. You ain't kidding.
No, Eric Gagne was absurd.
Yeah. All right. Here, yeah, John. I'm not going to put that comment on, but I was the same way, man. It was crazy. They're supposed to be non-biased on a national telecast, and it was pretty bad.
Well, and they've been ball washing the Yankees the whole series. Like it's ESPN has become just so unwatchable.
Yeah, amen to that. So
for everything.
All right, here's the last one, and this might be the trickiest one I got.
Oh, great!
But maybe not for you. That will be your hint. Who is missing from the top 3 list for most career postseason wild pitches? Clayton Kershaw with 11. This guy with 10. Roger Clemens with 10.
My initial reaction was going to be like Tim Wakefield because the knuckleball is so hard to catch. That's not Wake.
No, those were pass balls by Jason Varitek in one game.
Yeah, probably true.
And that's when Marabelli came in and saved the day.
Say that long looping arm reminds me of like a Jared Weaver or
It's over. 4-0 Yankees. They move on to the division round.
They should have let Schlittler close that out.
Agree.
Like you got to let the kid finish what he started. You're up by 4. I mean, what's the worst he does? He gives up a bomb to start it off, and you pull him then. But you've got to let him.
This gives the kid a lot of confidence going into the next series, though. I don't mind the move, and I don't know what the pitch count was. It could have been up.
True. I mean, I did not see the pitch count.
It's not Eckersley. It's a good guess. It's not Norm Charlton.
It's not D Low with the sinker.
Did Ankiel pitch in the postseason ever? If so, it's him. It's not him. That's a great comment. Bartolo Colon. Nope, not Lester.
Another comment. Yankee will get the yips in the playoffs.
Yep. Not Dennis Eckersley.
Is that Lackey?
It is indeed John Lackey.
That delivery's been driving me crazy. I'm like, Jared, I'm like picking Angels pitchers, and I'm like, oh, I'm picking the wrong one.
The thing was, this was the best picture I could find of John Lackey. But I remember when he was pitching for the Sox, he had a couple games where he was just throwing it to the backstop.
Oh yeah. Like he would just choke a curveball or something and just yank it.
Yeah. So yeah, it is indeed John Lackey for sure. Yeah. So, well, that is all I got. And that was actually pretty great timing because Red Sox-Yankees game just got over. So Yankees are officially in the division series. That was the only pick I got right in the first round. You're welcome. Oh, no, actually, I got the Dodgers. Sorry. I wasn't counting that one.
We both got 2.
I wasn't counting the Dodgers pick, but I mean,
that was a layup. That was a freebie.
Yeah, that was the free space on the bingo card. Let's be honest. Yeah. So, final thoughts before we head out. Do you have anything else? Does chat have anything else they want to bring up? This part of the show is all yours, fellas. So if and ladies, if you're in here, if you want to bring something up that we have not, bring it to our attention. But do you got anything before we end?
I'll throw something out there while chat's typing. I'm not sure if you saw it, but MLB released the latest viewership and attendance numbers. And 2025 marked the third straight year of increases. And showed increases as big as 21% between 24 and 25. So, baseball continues to grow revenue, grow viewership, grow attendance. You had several teams break the $3 million mark. You had the Dodgers break the 4 million attendance mark. You have, the health of the game is super high right now, and fans are coming. They're staying. They're coming back.
Yep. Despite the ticket prices also rising.
Oof.
So that's good. I mean, honestly, for the health of the game, it's good because baseball needs all the momentum they can muster this next year going into the lockout, because that lockout is going to be messy. It is going to be brutal. And I don't know if we have baseball in 2027. There's a lot they have to work out, and these sides are miles apart. So they need to grow the game as much as possible, so it hopefully comes back.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mike, this is a great point. Oh, you were pulling it up. Sorry, Harrison.
Yep.
Imagine if they didn't have blackouts, they would get more viewers. Yeah, I agree. But I think that's starting to work itself out, right? We got a couple more small market teams that are losing their TV deals that MLB is taking over. At some point, does MLB go to Yes and NESN and be like, hey, listen, we're going to give you a certain percentage of our viewership just so we can put your games on MLB TV too? Is that an option? Because listen, Boston fans are mad. I was talking to my uncle this weekend. I was talking to a lot of people up there that have to pay an extra cash for NESN Plus. They don't want to do it anymore. So they can't even watch the Red Sox there. And I think eventually, Yes will probably do that too. They see what NESN's doing. They're like, and Masson does it too. I think Masson has Masson Plus or whatever. Yes will probably do that if they don't already. And you have to pay for a subscription to watch your local team, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But can MLB offer a certain percentage to those markets to take, so they can televise those games?
I mean, MLB can offer up anything they want. I think the issue is going to be that NESN and Yes, they own the rights. And they're owned by the teams. So it's not just the network you're affecting. It's actually it's the team you're affecting. It's the value of the team you're affecting. NESN and Yes are huge value enhancers for the ball club. So could they propose something? Sure. I just can't imagine that Yes or NESN would ever go for it. But
that's fair.
We'll see. They could try. Or even do something where, certain games get a national audience. I mean, I'm in the same boat as a Red Sox fan. I refuse to pay for NESN Plus. I won't, because their coverage outside of the Red Sox stinks. And so I don't pay for it. I find other ways to watch the games, but honestly, I find myself watching other games around baseball more than, I watch other teams more than I watch the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And for the last 4 years, the Red Sox have not been worth watching. So it's been easy to tune them out.
Yeah. So Yated Hanky, like, you can't watch the Braves when they play the Red Sox. You're missing 4 to 6 games. Oh, okay. I miss 4 to 6 games every night because I'm blacked out of 3 markets. It needs to be fixed. And I mean, I say it all the time. I don't understand why Raleigh is it's complete blackout, but I can't even pull in the local stations to watch it. Like it is a complete TV black hole. Like I have zero baseball in this area, which blows my mind, but then they still black me out of 3 markets. But the local stuff, like I think I have an issue with that. Like if I am a Boston fan and I'm paying for MLB TV, I'm paying for it, the full subscription. I should get all 30 teams, no blackouts.
Agreed. It is a premium subscription.
Exactly. I kind of figured, but I just thank you for giving me the avenue to complain about it again, Yated Hanky. But yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. What are there any other teams that are about to get bought out TV wise? Have you heard of any others?
Just the Mariners, who are blowing up that Root network or whatever it's called.
Now, aren't Rockies Root as well? I think they are.
Aren't the Rockies already with MLB?
I want to say that they're Root.
There's 5 now about to be 6 teams that are broadcast by MLB. And I'm now struggling to find the list.
Oh, it is Rockies TV. So maybe they did lose it. But for some reason I thought it was Root Sports or whatever that is.
Yeah, I think that's just all right. So the Minnesota Twins, Milwaukee Brewers, Cleveland Guardians, Kansas City Royals, Texas Rangers, and now the Mariners will be the 6 teams that do not have a local TV contract that MLB is producing on MLB TV only.
And Pirates are Root too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Twins, Brewers, Guardians, Royals, Rangers, Mariners next year will all be handled by Major League Baseball.
Oh, look at this. Chris is absolutely proving our point about Yankees fans. Thank you for proving our point earlier, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta miss the Root broadcast team. I've
honestly never seen them, so I got nothing to say.
They're pretty good. I like them too. I've been listening to them a lot because these guys that are huge Mariners fans I've tuned into a lot. They're great. But maybe MLB keeps them in the booth, I mean, because I think the Diamondbacks still have the same announcers. Like it's still Mark Grace on pregame, and it's still the same guys. So I think you'll have the same announcers.
It's just produced and distributed by MLB versus a local TV affiliate.
Yeah, agree. I could go get my Yankees hat out of the closet. Would that make them better?
I mean, the Yankees might win as many World Series this year as the Red Sox do.
Well, that's facts. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what route the TV thing goes. But it needs to be fixed. I think they're in the process of doing it. It's just a slow and arduous process.
And I always thought the Athletics would end up being produced and distributed by MLB because they keep moving around. You'd think that their TV deal at some point is going to have to change because they're not going to be in the same market anymore. But maybe that happens when they go to Vegas. I don't know.
Yeah, unless there's a Vegas local channel that picks them up. No idea.
There's everything in Vegas. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from the viewers or you, Harrison?
What else we got, chat? Throw it out there.
Nothing?
Come on, there's got to be something. I guess not. Huh? I mean, it was a Jesus.
I can't.
John's on a heater tonight. Somebody's fired up.
I love it. Thank you.
Somebody's fired up. I like it.
All right. I'll go change my hat real quick. Hold on.
All right, yeah, go get another one. Jeez. Nick is a man of the people. I got to keep the people happy. I should go get my Rockies hat just to really tick people off.
Yeah, let's go. All right,
There you
gear is
go.
off. You guys, you happy, Greta? There it is. I took it off. There we go. So, all right, yeah.
Nick,
right.
man of the people, Arno.
That's
Just
right.
trying to make the viewers happy.
And I do have a Yankees hat in there. I get a hat from every stadium I go to.
There is no world in which I will own a Yankees hat. I don't care. I'll own every team but the Yankees. I'll start buying minor league teams before I buy the Yankees. I refuse to own one.
I have it, but I don't wear it, obviously. But
I won't even own one.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else before we call it a night?
No, I mean, news-wise, pretty quiet, but great baseball, and this should be a good division series. What is the division series schedule? When do those games start? That is, let's see.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, everybody kicks off on Saturday.
Yeah. Smooth Will, I could move my computer and open my closet and you can see all the hats I have. I think I have 60 something because I have minors too. I don't have all the MLB teams yet. I wait until I go to their ballpark before I get them usually, minus a few. But yeah, I have quite the hat collection. It's a sickness really. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday. Is Saturday just the AL or is it both? And then
so Saturday is everybody. Everybody kicks off Saturday, and then you start to do some of the flip-flopping.
Yeah.
So Cubs and Brewers play Saturday, Monday. Yankees, Blue Jays play Saturday, Sunday. Dodgers, Phillies play Saturday, Monday. Detroit, Seattle play Saturday, Sunday. So the American League goes Saturday, Sunday. National League goes Saturday, Monday.
Yeah. Nice. We got somebody tuning in from India. It's pretty cool.
I love it.
Awesome. Global reach. Love it.
Oh, man, John, 420 hats. Good Lord.
Dude, send me some. All right. Since it's the end of the show, I'll move my computer here and show you guys real quick. Let's see if I can do this.
I have the same disease. Spent a year working at Lids. Oh my God.
I don't know if you can see it. The lights aren't great, but here we go.
You're getting the real behind the scenes now, folks.
Yeah. I don't know if they can see it or not. But
the light's in the way.
The whole closet's full.
Yeah, it's one big hanging hat rack.
Yep.
And it's full.
It's right there.
So many hats.
Yep. Some of them are doubled up too because I ran out of slots. So
crazy.
Yep. But yeah, I go to we have so many minor league teams around North Carolina here too that I get one from there too. Although my Carolina Mudcats are no more. The Carolina Mudcats are now the Wilson Warbirds. So have to
really.
Yeah, they move stadiums, and we'll have to. The emblem for that is going to be sick. So those hats are going to be coming in at some point here. But I went to a Mudcats game. I didn't pull the trigger on a hat, and I should have. But
you absolutely should have. That's a miss. But they'll still sell them as like a retro. It's like the Sea Dogs still selling the teal hat. Like people always still buy those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those ones are so good. But.
Smooth Will. Like I think people kind of miss the fact that yes, we are born and raised Red Sox fans. More than anything, we're baseball fans.
Yeah.
And we root for all kinds of different teams and just love to watch good baseball.
Yeah.
Red Sox lost. I am not heartbroken about it. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to be watching on Saturday like everybody else, pumped to see who's playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we try to be as non-biased as possible. And like we just appreciate the talent that's on the field. No matter if they're wearing pinstripes or polka dots or whatever. Like if they have talent, we love to talk about it. And that's what this platform is. And we love the views and perspectives from everybody. Like I don't think I would have gotten into the Seattle Mariners as much this year if my followers didn't really get me into them. So like it's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're East Coast guys. It's hard to
Right.
get too deep into West Coast teams because they play so late.
Yep. But I've been staying up till 1:30 every morning watching them. So like
Yeah.
it's been great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MLB TV is like a drug, man. I can just I can switch to another game and just keep getting a fix.
Yep. Oh yeah. And the big inning when they started doing that was a couple years ago now. It's been like 2 or 3 years. It's
Yep.
like NFL Red Zone. It's awesome. It feeds into my ADD real well, for sure.
Yeah. And on a positive thing, Nick, in this next round, we moved to TBS and Fox.
There we go.
Not that TBS and Fox are great, but it's not ESPN at least.
But we'll get John Smoltz back in the booth.
Oh, you're right. I love Smoltzy.
Yes. So do I.
I can listen to that guy talk baseball all day.
Yeah. I love how he used layman terms too, so everyone can understand it. He's not trying
he
to
explains he explains very complex baseball stuff in just super basic terms.
Yeah. Absolutely. So
I think that's going to be great.
Yeah.
So Nick, before we go, is there one series in the next round you're looking forward to most?
Whew. I mean, closeness wise, I think I'm leaning towards Brewers Cubs closeness wise. And I think, talent wise, it's Phillies and Dodgers, I think, because I think that could be an absolute slugfest. And I'll be tuning into Blue Jays Yankees, obviously, because I'm more curious if the Blue Jays show up. So that one's more of curiosity than what I'm really going to be focused on. But I think Cubs and Brewers could be like whoever makes the first mistake kind of series, like nail biter the entire way.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Cubs Brewers is probably the best series in terms of how close it's going to be, how tight it's going to be. The Yankees one, I'm with you. If the Blue Jays don't show up, the Yankees might take that in 3. If the Blue Jays do show up, I think it's a 5-game series, and Game 5 will be an absolute chaotic coin flip. Phillies and Dodgers is just going to be a slugfest. And I will definitely be watching Mariners Tigers, but I feel like that one the Mariners have under control.
Yeah, so for me, the Blue Jays and Yankees ones, I think it could be one of those series where it's like Yankees win 10-1, Blue Jays win 10-2, Yankees win 10-3, Blue Jays win 10-4. Like I think it could literally go back and forth with blowouts. Playoffs usually never happen that way, but I could really see that happening in that series just from the kind of inaccuracies in pitching.
Yep.
Could be wrong though. I don't know.
Yeah, and great point by John. Obviously you're gonna watch the Mariners game, but Phillies and Dodgers is absolutely going to be just a slugfest. That's going to be like a heavyweight boxing match, just blow after blow, just trading blows in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
This is a good question, Chad. Better atmosphere, Toronto or Seattle? I think Seattle is going to be crazy loud, but don't sleep on Toronto. Those fans are loud, and when they're into it, they are into it in a big way. How
much does a Rogers Center hold?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. It hasn't been full in so long.
53,506.
I was gonna say it used to be 50K plus, but when they did the renovation, I thought they took seats out.
That's Google AI, so take it out how it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought the Dodgers had the biggest capacity.
Well, the Dodgers are well over 50K.
Yeah, but they just said Google AI.
Yeah, the capacity was reduced to 39,150.
Oh, dang! They took out 11,000 seats.
They took a bunch of seats out when they did that renovation. Well, they never filled it.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
They say they can hold just over 41,000. I think that includes standing room only, but it's 39,150 seats.
Okay.
But I think that place is going to be loud.
Yeah. Just keep the roof shut and just make it even louder.
Yeah, and absolutely. You want to do whatever you can. Plus, it's not exactly going to be super warm there, so closing that dome might be to their advantage. This is this is a good point, Obscure. ESPN did a horrendous job, but even some of the stats they presented throughout the game were inaccurate. I saw somebody else mention that earlier today, that some of the stuff they had put on the screen was not right. And I didn't think anything of it, but that's the second time I've seen that comment.
I guess I was not really paying attention to the stats because I was trying to turn down Carl Ravitch. But
yeah, honestly, I was crazy busy the last couple days. I listened to a ton of it on radio. I forgot how much I love baseball on radio.
It's so great.
It's so great to just have it on in the background and doing your thing.
I miss the days of going to the ballpark and seeing all the season ticket holders like this with the big antenna up on the side, listening to the game on the radio while watching it live. There's nothing better than that. It's so good.
Yep. Yeah, you'd have the headset with the antenna built in, or you'd see like the people with like the little handheld radio like up to their ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so John, 70,000 drunk Canadians out yell 50,000 drunk Tech fair weather Mariners fans.
Fair.
I mean, the Mariners, I would say Mariners fans are pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to show up and be loud, but I do think that Toronto's going to be loud. Are you surprised? Does ESPN even have stat people anymore? I don't even know. I don't know what ESPN does. All I know is like 99% of what they put on TV is unwatchable.
Yep. Bring back Costas. Agree.
Okay.
I would totally go for that. Thank God.
Was it Sean McDonough doing the Guardians Tigers today?
Yeah. Yeah, he was back.
I remember him back when he started with the Red Sox back in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got one of those
always loved his voice.
Voices. Yeah. Definitely one of those unmistakable voices for sure.
Well, and he does everything. He does football, golf, you name it, he's been there.
He did hockey too at some point, didn't he?
I think he's done everything. Yeah. I think he's done literally everything.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever be better than Jack Edwards when it comes to the Bruins.
Oh man, and that's such a sad end.
Yeah, and Don and Jerry with the Red Sox.
Yeah. It's just God. Their rants when it was a blowout either way were the best.
Remember the flying piece of pizza?
Oh, and here comes the pizza.
Or the guy that copped the feel, and then they just go like muted for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, they come back and Orsilo's trying to get through the call, and he's laughing through the 1-1 count.
Can't even catch his breath.
He's like, the 1-1 called him Arcakis.
Oh God,
so good.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah,
Sean was even. Yeah, Sean wasn't. He was even back before the 90s.
Yeah.
On the what is it, TV 38 back then? It wasn't like not even a full blown cable channel. It was like this oddball station.
Yeah.
Oh, John Miller and Joe Morgan. I used to watch Sunday Night Baseball just to listen to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some great ones, and that's the only. Every time I miss like Don Orsillo, I'll turn on a Padres game just to listen to him.
Oh, I've turned on Padres games and just to listen. Like I could care less about the team, but I mean, they're a fun team to watch most nights, but just hearing his voice it takes me back.
Yeah.
This would be a great booth. Bob Costas, Harold Reynolds, and John Smoltz.
Okay. So that kind of sparks a question in my head, and I might put this out on the page. This might be a good one.
Yes. Yaden Hankey's with me on this.
Yeah. Who would be your dream booth? You can pick any 3 announcers from any era. Who's in your booth with you?
Oh, I'm taking Don and Jerry and Smoltzy.
Okay. I'm taking Vin Scully.
Ooh.
I'm taking John Kruk as my color guy.
Kruk is hilarious.
If you had Scully and Kruk just talking stories that whole time, I'm taking Scully, Kruk, and then Orsillo. I think are my 3. I mean, although a close second for me would be Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, and now Carl Ravitch. Joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yes. The yes.
Oh, Euchre, of course.
Euchre. Oh, that's a bad miss on our part.
It is. So I'll take Scully, Euchre, and John Kruk. Those three together would be incredible.
God, I used to listen to Euchre. I'm not even a Brewers fan.
Yeah.
Vin Scully, Smoltz, and Euchre, Scully, Euchre, and Costas, Scully, Euchre, and Newhouse. Okay.
Some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the Yankees got me on the TV 38. I mean, I used to have the little jingle. The game is on TV 38. And Smooth Will, you're right. Fenway Park is less than 38,000 seats. It is small.
Yeah, they're 37,775.
Yeah, 37 and change.
I just told you 37,775. I hope there's got to be a Spotify channel that I can just turn on and listen to Vin Scully call games, right?
There should be. If not, we should create it.
I mean, I would turn that on every night before I go to bed. I mean, my wife would hate it and make me sleep on the couch, but it might be worth it. I would go to sleep listening to that man tell stories every day of the night, every day of the week.
There is a YouTube page. Vin Scully Vintage Radio Baseball Broadcast. There's 33 videos, just random games, the whole game.
That's sick.
There you go, Nick. Found on YouTube for you.
Yeah, but that means I'm going to have to listen to the same story. Like it just comes back once a month, listen to the same story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're 2 hours. I mean, it take you a while to get through.
If you combine Euchre and Kruk, you would never get an actual play call. It would be still be awesome.
Wouldn't, but you'd be laughing your butt off the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when it was 33,000. That was before the monster seats and the that bar area up top, and it was so small.
Yeah, crazy.
But it got so loud because Red Sox fans were insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, small ballpark.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to throw in the towel here. What an incredible show. Saw some history tonight in that Red Sox Yankees game. That kid went 8+, 12+ Ks postseason debut. That was pretty remarkable. That was dominating stuff. So
yeah, I mean, just
cool.
tip your cap. Cam Schlittler came out in a huge game as a rookie and just absolutely shoved.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like nasty. I mean, it was nasty stuff, but it was like hit my best, and I bet you can't. So he just challenged them, and it was crazy.
Yeah, it was challenge fastball after challenge fastball after challenge fastball.
Yeah, nuts. So
he's got stuff though. Holy cow.
Yep, for sure. But all right, so we will be back on Sunday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know exactly where you guys all are. So just letting you know, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have, we'll be halfway through a couple series. Is there any on late Sunday, or are they all day games?
I think Sunday is 8:03 and 4:08. So the late start is 8 o'clock.
Okay. So we'll be live watching the 8 o'clock game, which is the
Mariners Tigers.
All right, sweet. So we will be on live during Mariners Tigers. You're welcome, Mariners fans. We called MLB and worked that out, so it would line up with our show perfectly.
We got you.
That's what we do. No, Mariners start at 8, John, not 5. We're on Eastern time here on this show. Just saying. I know you're on Pacific time, but whatever. Anyways, so Sunday night, we will see you guys then, 9 p.m. Enjoy the weekend of baseball. I hope the teams you're rooting for do well. And we will talk to you then. Have a good one.